is Roman Raymer, and he is also from a family, Holocaust family, and he's works with Refuse Fascism and the Bay Area Queer Anti-Fascist Network. Okay, here's Roman.
Thank you. Glad folks are out here today. There should be a lot more of us out here in the streets every day. A lot of what I'll say is probably just preaching to the choir, as the folks who are aware that we're living in a fascist America right now. It's not coming as a surprise. And maybe the people who need to be hearing this aren't the ones who are here right now. I never met my grandfather. He passed away about 11 years before I was born. He was a Holocaust survivor. He lost his older brothers and his parents in Poland. I never met him, but I hear about the stories, and I also have heard about epigenetics, and that's how we inherit the trauma of our ancestors. And that's something that's not really talked about too much. We're still living with the trauma of what those who came before went through, and then we're also still seeing that every day here. One thing about fascism and the Holocaust, we talk about these things, that things didn't just happen overnight. Things become normalized and accepted, and that's exactly what we're seeing here. A few laws get passed. People don't think much of it at the time, they accept it, and then more laws get passed. I'm 36, I've seen enough, even in these 36 years, of things that have changed. Even in going to the airports, for instance, being able to walk people to the gates, to see them at the planes, to see all the NSA security, these additional features that have been added to take away our civil liberties throughout the years, and now we're seeing even more of that. I come from a more, just an emotional, really emotional place. And I think of how often we're targeted based on our identities, based on the bodies we're born into, and how they use it against us to divide us. There's an argument that somehow free speech is equal to hate speech, and again, that's been normalized. And I think there's a big problem. There definitely is a problem with certain law enforcement. There's definitely a problem with white nationalists. And there's also a problem with moderates, because they're the ones who are also normalizing everything that's happening. There's a lot of gaslighting that's happening. If people want to defend themselves against people who are attacking us and have been attacking us, and they say, oh, they have a right to speak, they have a right to recruit, they have a right to speak hatred, I disagree with that. And if there's more people in positions of power who can maybe listen to that and understand that, then I might have actually some faith in the system, and right now I have none. I think it's up to the people, and looking at history, it has been the people who have had to defend themselves and to work outside the system to make a change. And I don't know if anyone in this building can hear, I would question folks who are following orders. What does that mean? And how would you feel if you had family members taken away from you, as is happening right now in this country? People who have done nothing wrong. We're seeing children ripped away from their parents. It's not just a job. People are ruining other people's lives, and it's cruel, and it's humane, and people have the power to stop it. Yeah. You can say, no, I will not do this. Yeah. You don't have to do your job. You can walk away. You can be on the right side of history. You can question authority, question your bosses, question what you're being told. You can walk away right now and be on the right side of history. And hope people who are listening to this and have the ability to do so will do just that. Thank you.
All right.
All right. In the name of humanity, we refuse to accept a fascist America. In the name of humanity, we refuse to accept a fascist America. Drive out the Trump-Pence regime. We stand with immigrants, we stand with refugees, we stand with the Muslim community, we stand with all the communities, the African-American community, all the communities that are under attack and are increasingly under attack by this regime. And we stand in solidarity and declare that together we will drive out this regime. We will prevent it from carrying out the horrors that we've seen history carry out on other people. And I've been reminded of the fact as well that in addition to the crimes that we see every day being committed against our brothers and sisters, our immigrant brothers and sisters, our African American brothers and sisters, our Muslim brothers and sisters. Here in this country also supports fascists all over the world.
That's right.
Fascist governments come here, and we saw that with Trump and Assisi from Egypt. The murdering, bloodthirsty regime in Egypt, and he sat down and he had a good talk with them. And they found common ground. And this regime finds common ground with the most reactionary, the most racist regimes in this world.